Going on YouTube, it's your boy Cali D hitting you up with another installment of Guy Rules. And if this is the first time watching my channel or videos, welcome, bienvenido. What this channel basically is self-development, self-improvement with the perks of women, lovely, lovely women, more of them, and how you can attain them, make them your girlfriends, and whatever you want to do with them. This is basically videos on how to help you, how to game up your game. So, with that being said, let's get right into it. This is Guy Rule number 18, learning body language. Now, 95% of this art, because literally nowadays it's an art to learn how to recognize subtle body language that when a female's really into you or attracted to you, she'll literally give off. And what I mean that 95% of it is lost because 95% of the time we are constantly doing this. For example, this is my phone, and we're just doing this, doing this, doing this, doing this, doing this. We hardly look up, and if we look up, it's for some other random shit, but we're just doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this. We're constantly always on our, mobile devices, and we're doing something other than paying attention to the opposite person in front of us, to the opposite sex in that matter, and we lose that communication. So if you want to become very, very, very good at this, read some books on body language. Now, you don't necessarily have to become a master at it, because even though you might learn a couple things here and there about body language, you will never completely quite master it, because everybody works differently. If, for example, if a book tells you, people usually do this when they're mad, I can be doing this right now and be completely fine, but it's just within the context. And since this is basically pickup, it's in the constant of picking up women, or when you're out doing your thing and you recognize, a certain cutie and you want to talk to her, and then everything is going well. She's giving you subtle languages, subtle body languages that will definitely give it away. And if you read them and you catch them, you will definitely make a home run. So learn how to decipher the mysterious body language of a woman, and I guarantee you that from, let's say, 5 girls that you talk to, 3 of those you might have really great interactions, and 2 of them you might go on dates with. So let me give you a brief example of subtle body language, and they're kind of cliche, but the cliche ones work very, very, very well. Now, I'm sure all you guys have heard the one where you're talking to a girl and she flicks her hair. That doesn't necessarily mean that she likes you or she's attracted to you, but you have to see it in what context. Remember, everything is in context, and how much she does it. Now, let's say, for example, you're talking to a girl, she has her hair right in front, she goes like this. You think she's gonna like you? No. So I'll give you an example. Hey girl, what's going on? Blah blah. What's your name? I'm David. Me, I'm gonna play the part of the girl. Oh hi, how you doing? Hairs in her face. Goes back, talking, 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 blah blah blah, yada yada yada. No, nothing more comes out of that. So it's just like a flick of the hair, and that's it. But let's say you go up, you say hi, and it's within at least like 10 or, let's say, 10 to 15 seconds, mostly 15 seconds. She'll go. Conversation would kind of go like this. Hi, what's your name? I'm David. Flicking of the hair, blah 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 blah. Flicking of the hair, blah 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 blah. Flick, blah blah blah. Flick, blah 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 blah. Flick, blah blah blah. Within those 10 to 15 seconds, she flicked their hair more than one time, and it wasn't on her. It wasn't in her face. It wasn't anywhere near. She was just, I think they call it preening or prepping, something like that, because she's trying to make herself look good. She's trying to make her, she's trying to accentuate, her eyes, her necks, whatever it is that's going on to her head. She's trying to accentuate that. Also, if you're actually having a conversation with her, and after you see the flicking of the hair within that context, let's say bar club, or you actually picking up, and she does it more than one time within those 10 to 15 seconds. That again, I'll give you another example. Blah, blah, blah. Hi, I'm David. How you doing? Girl. Blah, blah, blah. Flick of the hair. La, 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 la. Flick. La, 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 la. Flick of the hair. La, la, la. More flick. You see her, she gets a little nervous. Her eye contact is not really there. Also, what you can do after seeing that flicking of the eye, look at her eyes. If her if her pupils are very well, like, dilated, and they're huge, kind of like anime eyes, like RSD say it, um that's her brain. She's actually really into you. Like, her brain is like, oh my god, this guy's so awesome, and her eyes dilate, they get a little bigger because they she wants to get more of you. Something appeals to her, something seems very interesting to her. So, within us humans, when we like something, our eyes open up because we're trying to get more information out of it. We're trying to see what we like about it. So if she's prepping her hair and like preening, I think it's called, if I'm not mistaken, I'm sorry. She's doing this more than once within a 10 to 15 seconds. Let's say tops 4 or 5. Sometimes I seen it done like 6 or 7. Like, hi, what's up? And then her eyes are really fucking big. They're huge. She actually has an interest in you. She finds you attractive. She finds you appealing. So what do you do from there? Calibrate the situation. What I mean by calibrating as in, you take the lead. You're in a bar, you start talking to the girl. Hey, what's up? My name is David. Flick, flick, flick. Eyes are really big despite being in a dark setting, because remember, even though you might be in a dark setting, they might kind of dilate, but her eyes have to be really big for you to notice, like, damn, this fucking girl's high or something like that. So they have to be really well dilated and huge anime eyes. And what do you do after that? Once you see, you have like a 2 to 3 minute conversation, everything starts going worse. Start to lead. Leading with subtle body language, like, here, come over here, let's go to the back, or let's go dancing. Start leading her throughout the bar or the room or wherever you're at, because that's going to show with your body language that you are the leader of men. You are the quote unquote alpha male, and you're leading her throughout the spot. So that's another form of body language. You just grabbing out your hand, not even asking her permission, because you already build rapport. You already made her feel comfortable within that conversation. So what you do is you lead her. Don't ask for permission. Just fucking take her hand and grab her and take her somewhere outside, to the porch, to the patio, to the dance floor. Be like, oh, let's move over here. Introduce her to your friends. Do something to show her that when she's with you, she's the most safest in midst of the chaos that's going around, which would be the bar or the club. Now, remember, you have to build some kind of rapport. You have to make her feel some kind of sense of security. And the more you read into body language books and how to implement that within the context and the situation, you will go very, very far. None of this game or pickup or self-improvement with women comes to you easily if you don't put your fucking time and effort into it, and you don't learn. You learn proactively, or you fail proactively. Okay, so fundamentals here is confidence, major confidence, not giving a fuck, and body language. Because like I said, I can be doing this right now, and to an expert or something like that, well, maybe not an expert, but somebody who thinks they might know just a little bit of it, can be like, well, he's very angry, and he might be scared right now, but within the context, I'm just like, I'm fucking chilling, like, there's nothing going on. You know what I'm saying? So learn. And if once after you start learning the body language, which is it's an art form. It really, really is. It's an art form. Once you start learning body language, you're going to start getting out of your head. You're going to start being like, oh shit, what do I do? What do I say? You're actually going to start focusing on her, which is a main primary centerpiece, which is her. And then you're going to be out of your head, out of that, whoa, I got to fucking look cool, blah, blah. And then, you'll start paying attention to the little subtleties that she has. And you start actually zoning into your environment outside of yourself, projecting energy, projecting awesomeness, projecting fucking coolness, and you own that set later on. Then you own that girl later on. You go home and you do whatever it is that you want to do with her. So anyways, great books on body language. There's tons, but I usually try to read it more off of if they're not doctors, like doctors in body language or very well renowned or renewed psychologists, I usually try to read body language from mostly women, because they'll give you more insights. With men, even though we're men and some of us can learn how to, read the signs, we are men. And sometimes it's fucking hard, because even though a girl might be flirting with you or might be giving you signs of interest, she doesn't necessarily mean that she's flirting with you, or necessarily mean that she's actually interested in you. Flirting and showing signs of intention, it's kind of like another way of just being a lady. that's how they are, you know. So, but like I said, within the context, which is very important, learn how to read the signs of body language, and you'll go far
It's
in
four
your
o'clock.
game. Thank you. Anyways, my computer just told me it was 4 o'clock, so I said thank you. Yeah, it talks to me. I like it when things talk to me. Anyways, so yeah, get your body language game up, and you guys stay up. Your boy Kelly D.